Hello, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Bizone here again. Today, we're going to be working on comparing and contrasting. And as third graders, again, I know you have done a lot of comparing and contrasting in the past. Sometimes you have to compare and contrast characters, sometimes you have to compare and contrast two different stories. Today, we're going to be looking at some more informational texts, and we are going to again be looking for those clue words that can help us compare and contrast. Today, as we read two different articles, one we'll be reading together and the other one you will do by yourself. I am going to have you be looking for different compare and contrast clue words. So let's review them before we begin. So if you look here, some of the clue words that you may find when you're reading an article that is comparing and contrasting two different things are these right here. Some that some clue words that we look for when we're comparing are alike, both, similar, same. If we're contrasting, that means looking at the differences. We would look for words like different, but, and in contrast. I'm sure that you may even know a lot more than these, but these are the ones that we're going to be looking at today. And some other ones may pop up as well. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read this article to you. It's called Hot Desert, Cold Desert. And in this article, they're talking about two different deserts that we have here in our world. One is the Gobi Desert, and the other is, I think, the Sahara Desert. I had to check my notes. Okay, so as I am reading, I want you to look and listen for some clue words. And I would also like you to also keep in mind we're looking to find the similarities and the differences. Got it? Good. Okay. Hot desert, cold desert. Deserts are very, very dry places. They are found in many parts of the world. Deserts are not all the same. The Sahara and the Gobi are two deserts. Summers in the Sahara are windy and hot. Winters are cool. In the Gobi, summers are warm and winters are windy and very cold. Few plants grow in the Gobi. In contrast, grasses, bushes, and trees grow in parts of the Sahara. The longest river in the world flows through the Sahara. Almost all the water in the Gobi is underground. The Sahara and the Gobi are alike in some ways. People who raise animals live in each desert. In the Gobi, some people ride camels. So do some people in the Sahara. The soils in each desert are similar. Both deserts have sand and rocks. Many people think deserts are beautiful. When I think of a desert, I just think of hot sand everywhere and no water. But apparently, after reading this, that is not the case. So, what we're going to do is first, we are going to go through and we're going to circle our clue words. Okay. So as I was reading, I definitely came across some of these clue words that we have in our chart. So I'm going to do my very best to hold my chart and to go back in the text and look. Let's see. So here we see this word same. And down here, I did see in contrast. So that's telling us something that is different. I see this one in the second paragraph, alike. Let's see. There was one here similar And then right next to similar, there is bowl. Okay, awesome. So you can see there was some clue words used in the first paragraph and there was some clue words used in the second paragraph. Now, what I want to do is I want to go through and I want to underline some parts of the text that show where the deserts are two very different deserts. So here it tells us that summers in the Sahara are windy and hot. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, that was a mess. And then the winters are cool. And then it goes on to say in the Gobi Desert, summers are warm and winters are windy and very cold, probably more like the winter that we have here. It also goes on, and remember, these are how they are different. Talks about few plants grow in the Gobi, and in contrast, in the Sahara, they have grasses, bushes, and trees. Also, another difference is that in the Sahara, there is a river that flows through it, and in the Gobi Desert, all the water is way down underground. So there's no rivers or lakes or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and underline that. I know this is not as neat because I don't have my mouse today. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change the color and I'm going to underline some of the similarities in yellow. And if you look, it seems to me that they have many of the differences in the first paragraph and the similarities are going to be in the second paragraph. So it says here, people who raise animals live in each desert. So I guess that means people live in both deserts. And it goes on to give us a little detail that some people in the Gobi Desert ride camels, and so do people in the Sahara. So that is another similarity. And as I'm doing this, I'm visualizing my Venn diagram and thinking, what am I going to put on the sides and what am I going to put in the middle? It says the soils are similar. And some have sand. They both have sand and rocks. So here we go. You can see right here, the first paragraph identifies a lot of the differences between the two deserts, and the second paragraph identifies a lot of the similarities. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move to our Google slide presentation. This week, your Google slide presentation is going to be a little bit different. When you get your presentation, you're going to see under number 1 a link, and that link, you're going to click on it and you're going to do your Google slide in something called Pear Deck. And Pear Deck is awesome because it makes the slides very interactive. So this is what it's going to look like when you click on the link. It's going to take you to like a fancy version of Google Slides. And you will go through the slides, you will see my video, and then the next slide, you will see this. Okay, this is a Venn diagram, and I wanted to give you an example to show you how to use it. So at the bottom here, you have all these tools. You can write on this, like with a pencil, a marker, or a line. But I think for neatness purposes, I think it would be best if you chose the text. So I would like everybody, when you're doing your Venn diagram, you will choose the text and you will go ahead and type. So one side is going to be the Sahara Desert. And then when you go to the other side, you have to choose the text again. And that will be the Gobi Desert. Okay. And in the middle, we know that these are similarities. So the first similarity is they are both, let me get my text here. They are both deserts. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? I know this is a new way of doing things, and we just wanted to try something different to give you guys a different option. If you don't want to do this option, if it's too challenging, but I would like for you to try it, you can always draw a Venn diagram, take a picture, and send it to your teacher. But I want you to give this one a good old try. So, thinking back to the text, all right, I took notes because I knew I wouldn't be able to toggle back and forth with our presentation. So in the Sahara Desert, in the summer, it is windy and hot. Okay. We know in the winter it is cool. And again, this is a graphic organizer. You do not need complete sentences. We know that in the Sahara Desert, there are plants. I'm just going to abbreviate that and just put plants, right? They said grasses, bushes, and trees. So I'm going to put a overall statement that there are plants. And number 4, the Sahara Desert has a river. Now I'm going to hop over to the yellow side. Let's move this over. And isn't this fun? Something different and exciting. So, all right. So for number 1, the Gobi Desert in the summer, it is warm. It's not like real hot as like when you see deserts in the movies. It's just warm. So let me see if I can fix this. All right. Number 2, in the winter, it is very windy and cold. And number 3, in the Gobi Desert, the difference is they only have few plants, not very many, as the Sahara has a lot of different plants. And water is all underground. Okay, perfect. So now we have our similarities. We have Sahara Desert on the red side, the Gobi Desert on the yellow side, and let's jump back here to the middle. So both deserts have animals. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Both deserts have people that travel through them or live in them. And both deserts have similar soil. Okay. So now if you see here, here we go. We have our Venn diagram all done. The best thing about this Pear Deck is you don't have to submit anything. The minute you start typing into the document, it automatically gets sent to the teacher, and the teacher will only then see the final product. So you don't have to submit anything. You don't have to share anything. We will get your final product. So let's go back to our text here. And so what you are going to do is you have to read this story. Well, it's an article and it's called The Bears in Danger. And you are going to be comparing and contrasting polar bears to panda bears, I think. Yes, polar bears and panda bears. And you're going to do the Venn diagram and you're going to tell us how they are similar and how they are different. And I want you to do a good job and look for all the clue words, and you can look for the similarities and the differences. And I can't wait to see your completed Venn diagrams in this new Pear Deck thing that we are trying. Okay. Do not hesitate to reach out to your teachers. You can also email me for more help. It's Catherine.Vizzone, Vizzone, at motsd.org. And let's try this. Have a great week and enjoy your articles about polar bears and panda bears. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.